What's up, Facebook world? I'm chilling. I know you guys ain't watching Jimmy Fallon because y'all looking for somebody like me to go live tonight. And you may see the header. And what's that all about? Because a lot of you guys don't know who this guy is in my area. You know what I'm saying? So what I want to tell you is that I was messaged yesterday. You know, the podcast page was messaged yesterday, and this crew had reached out to us and actually wanted him to come on live with us tonight. All right, so he's got a message he wants to present to everybody, and I guess, you know, I'm here just to wonder, just like you guys, what it is. So other than that, while we're waiting for him to join live, I see we got Matt Adams in the building. What's up, Kevin? My favorite Canadian. Patrick Riley listening. You got to take a back seat tonight, I guess. What's up, Joe? I'm kicking it, man. What's happening, James? Mr. J Schemes. See you November 3rd. Kim Williams. How y'all doing? Y'all wave back to me. Show me some love. So we, like I said, I am waiting for, he got a fill-in. You're right, you got a fill-in tonight. So I'm waiting for this person to respond and come on live. And anyway, what you guys, I guess we'll talk about news today. I think the biggest news today is Bill Cosby got his sentence, bro. So what y'all think about it? What's happening, George? So do you think he deserved more? You think he deserved less? You think he got railroaded? You think he should have just been hung? What's your take on it? He's getting, oh, what's up, Cat? Just getting ready for the sleep. Kansas for the night. But this man travels cross country, traveling every day, all day. So things like this lighten his mood, make his day worth it. James thinks he ain't did that shit. And you're right. And love, the thing about the Cosby thing, I tell you, is when none of this would have came, and even if he is guilty, even if he did do it, my opinion is that I don't think it would have actually been what it was if it wasn't for the fact that he tried to buy NBC. None of this really hit the fan until he actually wanted to put his money on the table and buy NBC. I don't know what they got against the man, but for some reason, they railroaded him. And look, I guess the sentence, being what they found him guilty of or they accused him of. What's up, Paul? What's up, Jamie? I'm waiting on your boy, bro. So anyway, what they accused him of, I think he got a life sentence. I don't know if he did it or not. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I wasn't there. But 3 years, you know, if he on good bet 3 to 10, that's a big gap. You don't really hear anything like that. Or 3 to 10. So 3 being really good behavior, and I mean he's a little too old to cut up. So I think he'll be out. And he may see the rest of his life being free. You know, what's up, Aaron? Best 6 words in life. What you mean? What is that supposed to mean? What's up, Donald? What's up, Jared? Where's your boy, bro? I'm waiting on your boy to join the room. What's up, JD? So, how do y'all feel about, I guess, the Cosby situation? How do y'all feel about it? Somebody let me know. You think it was light? You think it was you don't know you wasn't there. That's always our take. But like I said, I said what I had to say about it. And you know, I hope the best for his family. Yeah, I sent him an invite. You go ahead and call him. You do that. So I already sent him an invitation. And the way my phone says, the invitation's still staying. So while you guys are actually wondering who I'm talking about, it's a rapper from Tennessee named Lil Az. and they had reached out to us yesterday and want to come on live on our podcast to actually talk and, you know, maybe get his message out, help build his base. And some of you guys in southern Louisiana, like especially in our area, country rap is somewhat new to you guys, you know, because we're a different melting pot down here, but we also country, because we southern. Southern is country, no matter what you do. We blue collar, we live off the land, we live off the water. We do our, you know, and so Southerners can relate no matter what state you live in. You know, between some guy got red mud, we got marsh, they got backwoods. So I'm waiting for him to join. If I wait 30 years to tell you rape me, I rape myself of life and dignity. Who gets drugged? This is coming from James. Who gets drugged and let 100 other people fall victim because she didn't tell? I don't buy it. Well, it wasn't just her. I mean, you know, more people came out the woodworks. I just feel like it was, like I said, I mean, you're right. If people would take so long, I don't really understand. I haven't been raped yet, thank God. I don't plan on it. But you don't know what somebody goes through, so it's hard to really justify that situation. But like I said, none of this really took fruition until he went and tried to buy NBC. And he could have been known because he's a big player in the game. He's a big chess piece in television. So even if he was doing these things, nobody went public about it. They just got pissed up. So somebody actually somebody moved a piece to get him out of the picture. You know, and somebody got paid off handsomely to he's coming. All right, well, I'm waiting. I'm talking about Bill Cosby, and we ain't even brought up the pudding pops yet. So he's trying to buy that station. That was the kicker. All of a sudden, when he was about to buy the station, they came with it. You're right. That's what I'm saying. I mean, that's how I feel. And people just kind of overlook those things because you just get, you know, people are caught up in their own lives. So they just kind of take what the media tells them and just take it as word because they don't have time to really research it and really dig deep into the whole thing. So, you know, maybe that's why he only got 3 to 10 because of the fact that people waited so long to make a call about it. What's up, Poncho? See, how was your podcast tonight? I was actually in a meeting. I didn't get a chance to watch it all. But at least y'all had good things to talk about tonight because the Saints found a way to win. I mean, I think that was one of Drew Brees' best performances in a long time. You know, he found a way to pull it off. You know, how often does he get 2 rushing touchdowns? They're gonna be replaying that spin move all season long. You're gonna see that spin move. How you doing, Becky? What's up, CL? And Corey and Chantel. Sports Pod is the truth. Well, I guess as long as you're telling the truth, it's the truth. But you also said that you didn't agree with what Pancho said about the run game the Saints have. What's up, Larry? So, I don't know. And we have yet to see what I'm still skeptical. That spin move was forced by the hit. You're right. Hey, I mean, he reacted. You think the hit made him spin? He didn't actually create the spin. And Mr. Doug here is a football player. He's not just a viewer. He played hardcore football. So there's it. One Love makes moves and check out Higgins' new tracks. Oh, here we go. You promoting me. I appreciate that. What's up, Larry? No, nothing much. Relaxing. Just having a chat with you guys in the room. I didn't realize how fun this is when you do it by yourself. You got all these people just to conversate with. I don't have to deal with Knucklehead Pat. and cater to him. I can cater to you guys tonight. So, and then another time when we talking football. Bucks lost last night. Should Jameis Winston get his spot back if the Bucks lose another game? Or should they just stay with Fitz? He's fired. Man, yeah, you fired. Been fired. You just didn't know it yet. We cut your payoff a couple weeks ago. You ain't going to get a check. Oh, look, I just got a notification. I got a new subscriber on my YouTube channel. That's cool. Laugh out loud. Player ain't want to get fined. That was for homie Alfred from Slidell. Maybe give him a throw here and there. Yeah, well, maybe Fitz. I'm going to stay with Fitz right now. See how he does. If maybe tomorrow he may still be in. Over and under was 54 points. Yeah, that's arena football. Always. F. Pat Riley. Well, and he may not have service. Well, we're going to go with you tonight. I just sent Mr. PJ an invite so he can come in the room and chat with me. I feel bad that he was left out. And anyway, I'm going to go with Fitzgerald. And until the season, at this point, there's too much chemistry with him and the receivers. You haven't seen that in Tampa in a long time. Unless he really gets figured out and gets bombed, I wouldn't go. Or the season's over. Because at this point, he's probably, I don't know what his contract is, but I'm sure he's not the future. He's a quick fix. But nobody thought that Tampa was going to be discluded them. Like they wasn't even in the division. And they the one shocking everybody so far. There he is, Mr. Yellow.
Yeah, stood up at the altar, huh? Yeah, call all reliable to come in and clutch here.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I had to pull him off the bench to come out tonight.
I'm ready, Coach. I'm 6th man of the year every year.
You know what I wanted to tell you? You watched, if any of you guys ever watched Joe Rogan's podcast, he had Tyson's trainer on today, right?
Teddy Yat.
And what's interesting about that's the guy that shot a gun in his ear because he was messing with his daughter. Am I right?
Yeah. Yes.
As soon as
but when I texted you today, I didn't want to get that elaborate in detail with you. Yeah. Him and Tyson don't see eye to eye.
Absolutely. I mean, you know that right out the gate. So what he said, this is a very controversial thing that he said. And this is what got me. And I think it kind of like disproved, like it really takes the life out of Tyson's career. When he said 0-5, he said, let's say, this is what he said. He said, I don't know Tyson's career record right out the gate. But let's say he's 50-5. He's 0-5. Those 50 wins mean nothing. How can you say that?
Because his reasoning behind saying it is most of them fights that Tyson won, he didn't have any resistance. So
Joe's Budden podcast go, yeah, Budden ain't got nothing on us. He ain't got
Budden got a good podcast.
He just uses controversy. I'm just out here having a good time. No, Budden is a very
yeah. Look what you tried tonight. Controversy sells.
I ain't got no controversy. I was invited. I was asked to do this, so I extended my hand to do this, and I got you on. So anyway,
don't matter how many times you try to leave me, baby. I'm always gonna be here.
That's right. I always got Old Faithful, huh? Old Faithful.
Old reliable.
So anyway,
I'm the Ryan Fitzpatrick of content.
You took it kind of destroyed. What's up, Tony? What's up, Henry? We're talking about all right. So why would he say he's 0-5?
Because anybody that's ever given Tyson some kind of resistance, he's lost to, is what they're saying. That's what Teddy Atlas is saying.
Well,
everybody, even Tyson said it in his book. that most of the fights he had, those guys were beat as soon as they walked in the ring.
Was it all right? So
Just the intimidation.
it was, but it wasn't necessarily intimidation. Not all those guys, because some of those guys tried to make him feel intimidated, and he wasn't going for it. So like,
I don't know.
In the Tyson, and I think it's hard to say that because I mean he's a fighter, bro. He was a knockout hitter. Like he didn't know how to deal with adversity because when somebody he never had to. So it was hard for them to come out of that when somebody actually stepped up to the plate and gave him a challenge. And that's why he knocked people out anyway. You know, like he's just that's what he does best. And so people
Pancho has a point.
I just think he worded it the way he worded it just to like shit on Tyson because he hates him. Like he obviously hates the man. You know, I really feel like that. Like he really hates Tyson. And he may feel backstabbed because that's tough. Like for you to take a man, train him, give him treat him like a son, give him all your knowledge, and then to find out and turn around that this dude's messing with your daughter. Like he was heartbroken. He wanted to kill him.
Yeah.
But he didn't.
Looked at him like a son.
You know what I'm saying? Right. So
and that story's out there. That's why Rogan didn't really dig deep into that. That story's been told by Tyson and Teddy Atlas.
The HBO movie told it. Said everything you needed.
Yeah, that too, yeah.
And that's what I would say. That's how I knew who he was. Like I've seen.
Yeah, it was his sister. Did you say his daughter? It was his sister.
It was his sister. Okay.
Teddy Atlas's kid.
All right. So I saw him in the movie. I'm sure I saw Tyson things with him in interviews, but the HBO character looks so much like him. Like you just knew it was. I mean, when I saw him, I didn't think about him. I thought about the guy pulling the trigger next to Tyson's ear. You know.
Right.
Yeah, Doug said it, thought it was his sister. Right. Maybe I'm wrong. See, y'all prove me. That's what y'all guys are here for, to prove me wrong. So.
That's usually me. Where's LOG? We'll get LOG on. Tell LOG we're going to get off the phone with me and call him now.
Yeah, no, we're going to line him up. We'll do a full one, bring him on Sunday, and we'll do a full podcast. We'll go out in public somewhere and meet with him.
We're not doing any more this week. So tonight was the night to get the guests. I mean, unless you want to do it, but
you're not doing that Sunday?
No, I'm talking about during the week. We got a comment to say about tomorrow, but we carved out tonight.
Right.
We even tried to step on the sports podcast. Like we tried to push it back so we don't step.
Hey man, he's still making his song. I'm getting a message about it. I'm not worried about. Yeah, whatever. We'll get to him when we get to him. I'm not gonna. Yeah, not promising anybody anything right now. But what I wanted to tell you was my opinion. We'll go back to the Tyson thing. We'll make it brief. My opinion on it is that the dude is bitter because of the fact he still never got over that. You know, he felt betrayed. You cannot discredit a man that had 50 wins or whatever his record is. Like, a fight is a fight. You played within the rules. Now, to him, everything he said about, like biting the ear. And you guys got to go watch this. And you don't have to watch the whole podcast. Y'all can go look at this on YouTube and actually get the clip of him talking to Joe Rogan about it. And you'll see what he's saying. And, the thing when he bit the ear, Holyfield's ear. Sorry, when he bit Holyfield's ear, he was right. He was beaten. It wasn't, I don't think anybody who watches boxing, even if you're not an avid boxing fan, for you to say that, like, oh, he did it to show how mean and intimidating he was. No. That was in the
to get out.
Fight. That was when he was done. He was gassed. He went about it the wrong way, and I'm sure he doesn't like today's Mike Tyson. I'm sure he regrets doing that. I don't.
Yeah. They done went on TV together and.
Right. Yeah, like they,
He wrote the book.
But I mean,
I gotta give you his book. You never read his book, huh?
no, I didn't.
Tyson's book is really good.
Right. Well, I did see the live, like, kind of like stand up, but it was
Oh yeah, the Broadway show, huh?
right.
Yeah, some of that's in the book. Most of that's the book.
It was really good. Like it was very
Yeah.
entertaining. Like he had great, like the
He still, I think, does that show in Vegas
right. And
or something similar to it.
what makes it so interesting is like, especially back then, we didn't have this platform where we can just be ourselves. Like the only time you got to see him was through camera and, when he's larger than life pictures, you know what I'm saying? He actually gets to tell you everything that happened that you didn't see. And like, there was a story, one of the funny ones was when didn't he get in a fight with Spanx in public and some kind of, am I right?
I think that's Tony Tucker.
Okay, right. So somebody,
Tubbs. Either Tony Tucker or Tony Tubbs, one of them.
yeah, like he got in the, dude went looking.
I don't know. It might not have been him. No, no, that's not him. Oh, you got me drawing the blank now.
If anybody knows,
it was a Jericho dude. He got in a fight with.
Right.
Yeah.
Dude that
I can't think of it off the top of my head right now. I have to look it up.
The guy knew Tyson was in the area, and so what he did, was went look for him and found him at like a clothing store, and they knocked him out of the clothing store. And, I mean, that's like, you don't hear those stories every day. And hey, my opinion, I mean, he's, this is 80s, so I was a kid. Like, he was our Muhammad Ali. We didn't get to see Muhammad Ali fight. He was our Muhammad Ali. Like, that, even though as small as it was, like, he was the Michael Jordan of boxing in our era.
In that brief 3 or 4 year window.
And I don't think anybody in boxing's ever seen that. And would you, like, if you had to pick one boxer in their prime, who you put your money on? One boxer in their prime.
Roy Jones.
Roy Jones. He fought heavyweight?
No, you just asked me to put the money on the box.
I'm sorry. Heavyweight division. We talking heavyweight right now. You should know that. Saints.
Oh no, you just said boxing.
Saints re-signed Brandon Tate. Breaking news.
There you go, Douglas. That's why we got Poncho on the job, man.
Yeah, that's why.
Poncho.
Yeah, and
Adam Schefter text Poncho before he puts it on Twitter.
Well, this is the thing. When we're gonna get that breaking signing of the DB? Who's the new DB?
Yeah. So Tyson obviously is the most dominant heavyweight I've seen in my lifetime. No doubt.
I have to go with Poncho Tyson. Any boxer, like somebody who's gonna guarantee you, like let's say, from a manager standpoint, looking back at it, heavyweight boxing.
Tommy Machine Gun Morrison, man.
Doug said Tommy the Machine Gun Morrison. Nobody.
Did you watch the 30? Did you watch the 30 for 30 on him? That's a good 30 for 30 too. On Tommy Morrison?
Most of them are. He had so much potential. Like the whole AIDS scandal ruined his career. Am I right?
Yeah, he had AIDS and then came back and said it was gone and fought again, and like I guess he went to some kind of religious or spiritual thing. Like he believed it was a preacher got rid of the AIDS.
Oh, wow.
And
look, he was trying to find any way he can to get rid of it. I mean,
Ray Mercer lit him up, Doug. He said he couldn't take a punch. He fought Ray Mercer. That was it.
Poncho called
it was done.
Gimmick. So I would look. He wasn't. I didn't know who he was until the Rocky movie.
The Rocky V.
Right. I mean, I didn't know who he was.
He wasn't a champion or anything.
Right.
But he was like a low contender then. Like he was up and coming when he did the Rocky movie.
Right. He fit the role. And
Great White Hope.
Yeah, he was. Basically, he was the epitome of the Great White Hope. And when he got AIDS, they let him fight in Japan, though, right? Didn't he go fight overseas? Didn't he go fight in that country? Tommy Morrison.
Tommy Morrison? I don't remember. I don't remember that.
Rocky busted his ass. Yes, Rocky did bust his
Rocky
ass.
was-
One more,
Right.
one more run.
He thought
Best role.
he thought yeah, he thought he heard the bell. But Rocky didn't hear no bell.
Yeah. That,
Look, everybody shits on that movie that I appreciate it now. It's not that bad of a movie.
we could go.
But everybody just came to the conclusion right away to shit on it, like an M album. They came to the conclusion right away to shit on that Rocky 5.
Well,
And it's not a terrible movie. It's not great.
no,
It's not terrible. It's watchable.
it's Rocky. And what happened? What happened was like, I think they did a great job of like figuring out.
Well, you know what
how
makes
we sell this again because they did the street fight.
you know what makes the movie suck is the kid. Is that his real kid in that movie? Because he was such a bad actor. That's what makes the movie. He might be the second worst kid actor next to Francis Ford Coppola's daughter, starred The Godfather 3.
What? I got a question. Check it. What was the most entertaining Rocky fight?
In the movie?
In any like which one was the fight? Not the
Drago.
the drop right round 4. That's Rocky 4.
Yeah, Drago.
And I felt the same way. Rocky had the good leg sweep. Had a good leg.
Yeah. He got that from the son.
And here's my science behind why they did what they did. Because Rocky 4 was great inside the ring. How can we top that match? The only way to, let's make a street fight out of it. Because Rocky was retired at the time. That's when they showed it. That's when they started with the brain damage and he couldn't fight anymore. But this guy,
I tell you what, the Creed fight, the fight in Creed's a real good fight.
it was good. They kind of relived that Drago. They pretty much almost took it punch for punch, like the energy in it. And what great, the Drago fight was great because in the 80s you had the Cold War going on. Like
That's what I'm saying. We might need to redo Rocky 4 again with all the Russian stuff we got going on now.
right? Patriotism was at its all-time high, so it was like.
You might have to have a North Korean heavyweight.
Well, another question is you may forget about.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I'm sorry. So
you green on me, man.
you did. You made me lose my train of thought where I was going with it. But the story, I think the backstory about how Rocky got the deal for the Rocky series is better than all the movies. Did you hear?
Is that a true story though?
I mean,
what he said? He had to sell his dog or something, and then after the movie, he went and bought his dog back or something.
Right, like it was the ultimate motive.
Are we sure it's not one of them Facebook tales to motivate you on a Monday?
What Pancho said when Mick died, so did Rocky. Rocky Creed was good. Doug said the Rocky Creed fight was good. So
I think Rocky won the first fight.
The first fight or the second one?
Yeah, I think he won the first fight. I think the judges got it wrong. The first fight was a draw, right? It wasn't a win either way. But you can't hear it at the end because it's so loud.
Well, being a draw, Creed keeps the title, so
yeah,
it don't matter. But yeah,
we talk about Rocky fights like they're real fights.
Well, right, Sylvester Stallone pretty much like.
Who you got in WrestleMania this year?
Makes movies bad, acting ruins them. You're right. And Stallone isn't the greatest actor. Like he fit that he just fit that role better than anybody else.
He played a good heavyweight champ and a Vietnam vet.
Yep.
That's his two best roles.
That's it. Right. And he found a way to piggyback off that image throughout his
both those franchises, yeah.
But the story, he wrote the script, and he said, like he was at rock bottom pretty much when he wrote the script, and he watched the fight that night, and that's
Thunderlip.
Rocky versus Hulk Hogan.
Thunderlips.
Didn't he get body slammed in that one?
Yeah, he threw him out the ring. Threw Rocky out the ring. Man, then he body slammed Hogan. Well, Thunderlip, bro.
Tell me that wasn't a pop culture scheme there. This isn't gonna work unless you body slam him. He should have leg dropped him If he was gonna go,
Didn't we ask? I know I asked this on the podcast, and nobody answered me. Since Doug's in the room, he might answer me.
well,
Why Clubber Lang didn't want the third fight with Rocky? You know he didn't train hard enough for the second fight. That's why he got knocked out. Why wasn't the third fight made between Rocky and Clubber Lang?
yeah, he asked me this recently, and I don't know.
That was on the podcast. We talked about that on the podcast.
Well, right, and he just kind of disappeared. You know, like
Yeah. That dude spent all that time coming up, you know, hungry. He wins the championship belt, and then first time he loses it, he goes away. Like Clubber Lang was a bad man.
Doug said Rambo would have busted everybody's all their asses. It wouldn't matter. Well, is Rocky 3 that movie that's just that bad? You know how all series have that one movie that just is
No, Rocky 3 is a good movie, man. We're living Rocky 3 right now. I'm Creed and you're Rocky, and I'm training you through all this music crap so you can do me a favor later.
Well, I appreciate that.
And you'll be like, what favor?
And well, because like they said, all right. So which one's the worst Rocky movie out of all of them? Can you?
Rocky 5's the worst movie. It's just. Oh, I'm sorry, babe. My daughter's yelling at me. She wants me to stop talking too loud.
You know what? I like when they revamped the Rocky. When they made another Rocky movie afterwards.
The one with Antonio Tarver?
In the early 2000s. I thought that was a good one. When he was retired, came out of retirement. You froze on me. So I thought that movie was better. He's gonna come back. He'll jump back in a second. What's up, Ben? Don't worry about the headline. Nobody came on tonight. But Pat, and he's frozen right now. So while I'm asking this, ask Trump what you want me to. I think I'm gonna try to get him back in. Let's see, he might come back on. Anyway, every series has their bad movie, and I think the Rocky 3. I like the fifth one. I thought the fifth one was entertaining. I think Rocky 3 was the dead one. I think that was the one where they screwed up, and they really, really came back and bounced back when they did the fourth one, which is the best one. How come the rapper guy was a no-show? I don't know, bro. I have no idea. They're telling me that he's in the studio. Sorry, Paul. Here's your answer. Couldn't get a hold of Andrew. Mind if we shoot for tomorrow night? I cannot promise you shoot for tomorrow night. I will be busy tomorrow night. See, Doug's right. Rocky 3 was probably the worst. Thank you. And it seems like the third one, for all these series, they always screw up. While we talking, Halloween's about to come out. Halloween 3 was a flop. Seems like the third one is always bad. And I 10-4. Alright, you let him know. I was ready. Y'all told me he was coming on and he didn't. We'll move on past that. So let's go. Let's ask. While I got my Saints fans in here. Are we gonna what's your predictions for Sunday? Are we gonna take care of business? Because I think the momentum's flying. They're confident. They won their division game. We haven't been 2-1 in a long time. Even though we had a great season last year, it is on the up and up. Because 1-2 and 2-1 feels a whole lot different. Even though it's not that much different. But I don't like. I looked at the over. Drew Brees is gonna break records, but yeah, he already broke one. That's gonna come. This is his season. He's on the cusp of breaking all these records, and I don't think he's done. I mean, I think he's got a few more left. So Pat, come back it up. I think he's got a few more years left in him. He didn't really look like he was missing a beat. There you are.
We're back.
Yep. I went back to talk. I went to talking Saints. So I'm gonna ask you while you're in here, what's gonna happen Sunday?
Man, if I told you at the beginning of the season you have a chance to start 3-1, doesn't matter where the three came from, you'd be happy with it.
Right.
Even if you lost the first game, I told you you're gonna win the next three, get 2 road wins, you'd be happy. So
Well,
I think we're good at what the Giants are good at. So if we can stop the run, we'll have a good shot.
and we've had a lot of success in New York, under the Drew
And now
era. So
their offensive line is terrible. So
right, and
terrible.
our best defensive game with the worst defense in the league was in New York last time we played them. So I think we lost that game, though. Am I correct? When we went to New York last.
Yeah, that was that weird year. It was the same year that Denver took that kickback. They blocked the field goal odds at 1.5 times and took it to the house. Like we had special teams issues all year that year.
Right. Yeah. Otto says Saints are about to catch fire. Be nice. We can slow our Ulanits.
We want to know.
Oh,
You tell Otto. We want to know. We want to know when the next Ocean's movie's coming out. Or when the ER reunion is.
well, while you got him on, you already said it, so he can answer that. And
Call him Clooney.
I'm just kind of wondering what they're gonna like. Like they went and got Brandon Tate, but what they doing on the DB? Like, bring some guys in.
Maybe he can play DB.
Bring some guys in. Crawley wasn't a bad corner last year. I mean, he was one of your better corners, like in our bad year. When we sucked the last 7 and 9. What's up, Christy? Happy anniversary. So hopefully, I don't know, he can. It's like the same players.
Yeah.
How can you go from being that good to that bad with the same players? And we didn't get beat over the top like that last year.
They read an advocate.
Oh yeah. Well, and they would need to make a trade to get a starter DB. You're right. They do. Where do you?
So is it Ingram's that trade chip?
Huh?
Ingram's that trade chip?
No.
But who? I mean, what kind of DBs out there on the market that are tradable right now? You have to wait for a team to go in the tank.
Right. And what week?
Shout out to Leo Sedoni.
Week 7 is your deadline, right? Your trade deadline is in week 7.
You'd have to ask my sports guys that. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't ask.
Everybody in this room knows. I promise.
I played hooky.
Leo might know.
I came here for the entertainment tonight, Ron. You let me down.
That ain't my fault. Ingram in alignment to get 1 DB. You think that's where?
Ooh.
Doug said Ingram in alignment.
I don't know. Our O-line's kind of suspect as it is. I don't know if I want to trade any depth away.
That's right. I mean, you need a shutdown
But
guy for that kind of.
Yeah, that might be Patrick Peterson range.
That's hard.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, there's only a handful of guys that you can get rid of that luggage.
Patrick Peterson might be on the market. We don't have a first-round pick next year, so.
No. That's your options to trade. You're right. And
yeah.
Early mornings, cheers, and you guys keep safe. You the one keep safe. You the man doing the driving.
I think I'm with Kevin, bro. I think early morning's coming from me also.
Huh?
I'm with Kevin.
What's up, Chad? Chad St. P's in here. Our fishing president. How's everything going with the club? When y'all having the next barbecue? Ingram.
Yeah, we gotta make it out there. They having a kid like a fishing rodeo for kids coming up. I read that the other day.
Yeah, they usually do it. They do one in Sydney Torres, and they'll have the rodeo.
Yeah, but they're doing one. Chad's group's doing one.
Oh, okay. That's awesome. I mean, that's the Lion Gold.
I believe so. He can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's what they have coming up.
Well, I tell you, Ingram better not. I don't think Ingram's going anywhere this year, but next year, I could see them, getting rid of him like they got rid of Reggie Bush while he still got some value in the tank, when he get something for him.
Since you were in the interviewing mood tonight, right before we go, you got any questions for me?
How's Carolyn Park doing?
Man, it was rough. It was a rough night for us.
Yeah.
You know, it started out ugly, and it just got uglier.
Yep. Well, I mean, I can tell you, look, hey, my school, St. Bernard Middle volleyball team, we 0-3 right now, but it's a young team, a lot of inexperienced players, and they're getting. I mean, they were right here, almost got their first win today, so I know what it feels like. But with people on, especially like when you got programs like that, like a lose is a win sometimes. And,
Loss.
right.
I mean English.
A lose, a loss.
I'll just go with you.
Thank you for helping me. Anyway, yeah, lose is a win because when you differential, hey, you play a team, you get housed. The next time you play them, you lose by a differential. And the next time you play them, you lose by a smaller differential. So
What's your point, Gordo? Come on my podcast and pop off that Callan Park shit.
He said they always.
Vista sucks.
Hey, they should have never brought the districts back because Kenilworth is running the table.
Well, y'all deserve it because y'all suffered a lot when we were kids.
Yeah, you're right. We did, and now that's
tables are turning.
That's
it's not like we were prosperous with it, but we always knew we had one win on the schedule.
It shows the true work that the true work ethic of blue collar below the Violet Canal. You know what I'm saying?
Is that what that is?
Yep.
Is that?
We ain't got the time to work. We work hard.
Oh, we eat that Valero diet up here.
Them damn losses.
I think it's that Valero diet we getting up the road.
Maybe. There's no telling what they burning off over there right now. Yeah. You got the UA and Araby, Carolyn Park. They refineries. Yeah, I guess, but we would get it too. It all depends on which way the wind blows that day.
So, hey, let's shout out the guy you had a meeting with tonight. So, you want to shout him out?
Who, you?
No, I didn't meet with anybody.
You met with me. Oh, shout out to.
Oh
yeah. No, shout out to Oscar, man, for coming in. Hey, say he talked to me about business. Will you come see me? And he did exactly that. We had a good conversation. So I hope everything works out for him in the future. And, visionaries, I have nothing but appreciation for visionaries because it's very hard to do something that nobody can understand but you, and when you have a dream, people don't, if you guys have a dream, something you to do, don't ever let anybody else discourage you from your dream, but don't ever expect them to understand your dream because it's yours. That's yours. You take care of that. You hold that dear. And I think as long as he called you a fool, Otto called you a fool.
I know, he's hurting my feelings, but I'm about to go to bed.
So, yeah. Well, we're about to go to bed too. Yeah, it's getting late. But, hey, we had a really good conversation today. At the end of the day, everything
was a good show, right?
It was fun. It was entertaining. You know what I'm saying? And
nice Rocky breakdown.
Right. You don't know where it's going to go. That's what's great about podcasts. You start somewhere, but you never know where you're going to finish. And and we'll see you guys. Hey, we may do one before the end of the week. So if anything, maybe we'll catch y'all Friday night. So we're going to be busy the next 2 days. And we'll definitely see you guys Sunday for our weekly podcast. And y'all be in touch. We're going to have a new studio soon. So we'll be shooting live from a new upgraded place to make us feel official. So later, y'all. Have a good night.